The final segment on this particular tape is called Attitude. And I found this article by Charles Swindoll that I'm going to be reading word for word in just a moment on his thoughts about attitude. But before I do, and before we close out this segment, let me just say from personal experience a couple of things about attitude. When I was with Johnny Wright, Kitty Wells, Bobby Wright, when I was one of the Tennessee Mountain Boys, and I always have to refer back to my job with them, that was a 16-year tenure. From time to time we would lose a drummer or lead guitar player would come and go, whatever. And Johnny would hold an audition over at Johnny and Kitty's house. And inevitably, Johnny would hire a guitar player that was not the best guy, or the best picker, I should say, that auditioned. So after this happened about 2 or 3 times, I couldn't stand it any longer. I had to ask Johnny. I said, Johnny, you know, that guy couldn't play as good as the one before him. Why didn't you hire him? And his answer was, I didn't like his attitude. So you see, in this business, how well you play, or how well you sing, or how well you can harmonize, play drums or whatever, does not necessarily mean you get the job. Because attitude is about 90% and 10% talent. About 90% is your attitude. This goes for publishers, record companies, producers, managers, financial backers. It goes for the whole gamut. Your attitude and how you treat people is the determining factor of whether they like you enough to give you a contract. Again, like I said at the beginning of this segment, I'm going to read this in its entirety because every word of this is so true. I figured this would be a good way to close out this particular series. Attitude by Charles Swindoll. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, and a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude that we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one thing we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. The music business, you gotta love it.